Was the victory over Devin Haney justified? We all know that Ryan gets a lot of support from his faith, but did Ryan get help from certain banned substances in this fight? Besides the help of Jesus, Ryan Garcia found himself in the ring of controversy and problems. After an epic showdown against Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia found himself in questions and controversies instead of appreciation. Does Ryan double-cross his fans? Chapter 1: The Controversy. Ryan Garcia tested positive for the performance-enhancing anabolic substance ostarine on the day before and the day after his unexpected victory over Devin Haney last month in New York City. ESPN was the first to report that Garcia had failed a drug test. The Voluntary Anti-Doping Association letter, which ESPN obtained, stated that the 25-year-old Garcia had tested positive for urine before the fight, but the findings were processed subsequently. Ostarine, an anabolic substance that is on the World Anti-Doping Agency's 2024 prohibited list, is thought to be a safer substitute for steroids. These compounds are often marketed to bodybuilders online as legal steroids that can help them look leaner and more muscular and increase athletic performance. It's not approved for human use or consumption in the US or any other country, according to the United States Anti-Doping Agency. Chapter 2: Response and Denials. Responding to the story, Garcia posted saying, "I've never taken a steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day. I barely take supplements." Accepting his B sample gone for testing and also his involvement in weed and smoking pose a hint of the illegal thing in which Ryan could be involved. Garcia, who is 25 years old, knocked Haney out 3 times, giving the WBC super lightweight champion his first loss in professional boxing on April 20th in a shocking win.
If I was on steroids, I would have been in way better shape.
What about the
Bro, I was literally drinking every day, smoking weed, every single day. I didn't stop, not even till the fucking day of the fight. Drink. And I got in there high as fuck and I beat his ass.
"If I were on steroids, I would have been in way better shape," said Garcia, who confirmed that he has asked for his B samples to be tested. "I was drinking every day, smoking weed every single day. I didn't stop, not even until the fucking day of the fight. And I got in there high as fuck and I beat his ass."
Alright, it's alright. Everybody relax. It's still the greatest show in the world. You saying it's facts?
No.
Let us know.
No, this is definitely fake news.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Supposedly,
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah. If they had this information, they should have released this before the fight went down. Because why would you let a cheater step into the ring? Right? All of a sudden I win.
That makes sense.
All of a sudden I win and then you release it? Seems kind of fishy to me. I know in my heart of hearts I did cheat, so I'm gonna keep trolling this shit. This shit is fucking hilarious. At the end of the day, I'm definitely innocent.
Chapter 3: Behavioral Changes. The fact that people noticed that the baby-faced Ryan Garcia was changed to the bold and aggressive Ryan Garcia, the question arises in people's minds: is it because of steroids? Some people come to the opinion that Ryan's appearance changed drastically from 2022 to 2024.
It's the most truthful sport in the world. Whatever you did will come out in the ring no matter what. No matter how hard you try to lie.
This is because of the angle, but when we dig inside the detail, it looks like something else is going on. Also, the constant aggression on this face raises lots of questions. This is the most Ryan has changed. His voice from being medium, high-pitched to deep and trembling shows that it is because of something like supplements or drugs. This is natural, or this could be because of steroids.
I didn't even let the insecurities of, I can't believe I got dropped, or the fear of embarrassment, none of that got to me in that moment.
It wasn't hard. I knew he was gonna come back. I even told him, "You'll be back." Remember, he was all, "Don't ever talk to me again, blah, blah, blah." I said, "You'll be back, Mr. 30K pay-per-view boss."
Not only his face, but also the way he carries himself is a point of questioning. Ryan has more than 10 million Instagram fans and 5.6 million TikTok followers, and this huge appearance on social media put his life in front of his fans. Garcia, known as King Rye, accused Golden Boy Promotions executives Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins of backing his opponent Oscar Duarte instead of supporting him. Hopkins even made statements suggesting he would decide whether Garcia should continue boxing after his fight against Duarte. Garcia responded by asserting that his coach and team, not Hopkins, make such decisions. De La Hoya expressed concern about Garcia's mental state given his history of mental instability and questioned whether he was focused on the upcoming fight. Ryan's comments pose rage at Bernard and many more press conferences, which especially happens before the fight.
That fear is getting to you. That fear is getting to you. I told you you're gonna feel some fear, right? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you you're gonna feel some fear you ain't felt?
In the podcast with PBD, Ryan's behavior was different, from cutting mid-conversation with Patrick by picking up his phone and getting non-interested in the topic. He was uneasy throughout the podcast. Viewers also pointed out his lack of awareness of constant chewing in the mic, which is highly unusual as he's a top professional boxer.
Okay, so here's a question for you.
And I message Ronaldo too all the time. I tell him, bro, how do you get your body like that? That's crazy.
You're just like the.
But this isn't dudes. This is your guy. This is your promoter.
I don't know. I couldn't tell him the difference between him and the next guy next door. If
Really?
you're hating, you're hating. I don't give a fuck if you're Obama. If you're hating, you're hating.
Fans said that it was just his first podcast where he seemed different, but when the same behavior was carried away in Helwani's podcast, however, the add-on was, in this podcast, he put the random things sounding immature, and weird people came up in the comment section like, "New cooked up Ryan." Ryan's already made a huge difference in the world of fighting, and he's only 25 years old. In recent years, he's been in the public eye a lot, attracting people with his amazing skills and charming personality. But there has been a big change in the young athlete, which has made many people wonder what could have caused such a big change. Ryan has been fighting since he was very young. He's been practicing hard and quickly moving up the ranks. Because of how skilled and hardworking he is now the cover boy for the lighter weight groups, which shows how well known and respected he is in the sport. Not only has Ryan been successful in the ring, but he's also built a strong online presence and become well known not only among boxing fans, but also to a larger audience. His growing fame is definitely due in part to his ability to connect with people and build a personal brand. Recent events, on the other hand, have made Ryan's fans and the fighting community as a whole worried. There have been a lot of rumors about the long-term effects of his role in the sport. Some people think that the demands of his job may have hurt his health.
Hey, bro, you go get my steroids?
Medium well. Thank you.
This is my secret bro. Steroids, gang. I'm looking big.
The most noticeable change in Ryan's behavior is that he seems to be having trouble expressing himself and staying calm. People who have seen him have noticed that he now shows signs of drinking or drug abuse, which has led to more questions about what changed him. The boxing world is holding its breath as they wait to find out what changed Ryan's behavior so quickly and in such a worrying way. Has the high stress and expectations of his job finally gotten to him, or are there other things going on? Fans and people who work in the sports business are still looking for answers to these questions, which makes them wonder what will happen to this once promising young athlete. Chapter 4: Accusations.
$10,000 for me, but I know about the poker games that he's losing millions of dollars at because I've played at some of those games and they tell me how much of a fucking fish he is. Basically, just throws money. He's like an idiot.
In addition to accusations of drinking and drug use, another issue has surfaced regarding Ryan's gambling addiction. Recently, popular influencer Bryce Hall publicly accused him of being deeply entrenched in gambling debts and being exploited as a fish in high-stakes games. He said, "I know about poker games that he's losing millions of dollars because I've played at some of those games and they tell me how much of like a fish he is just throwing money. He's like an idiot." These major changes and accusations about Ryan were already generating a lot of controversy. But the match of 20th April 2024 got everyone stunned and got all this controversy a pass check.
I just want to do what God wants me to do and fulfill His will. That's the only legacy I'm here to leave and do. And if I'm able to do that, my name will speak for itself. I don't even need a box. This is what I try to tell people. I box because I love it and I'm that good. But I don't need a box. If I retired today, I would live lavishly for the rest of my life. I do this for Jesus Christ and the kingdom of heaven, and then love.
Talking about Ostarine, it's a type of drug called a selective androgen receptor modulator. It's not approved by the FDA, but it's sometimes found in supplements. Garcia mentioned the supplement ashwagandha as a potential culprit in the failed drug test. The impact of ashwagandha on VADA testing is unclear. However, as a longtime combat sports journalist Kevin Lowell posted on X, the amounts found in Garcia's system could shed light on whether or not the levels indicate contamination through a supplement. When Ostarine binds to these receptors, it tells muscles to grow. People use Ostarine for athletic performance, involuntary weight loss. A fighter who is trying to gain weight while maintaining their muscle, strength, and endurance levels may find that taking Ostarine is useful. This is especially true for a fighter who is trying to gain weight. In April 2016, Lucien Butte disclosed that he had tested positive for the presence of Ostarine. This was prior to his majority draw with Badou Jack. Prior to his knockout loss to Kell Brook in February 2022, Amir Khan had tested positive for the drug in February 2022. This was the most recent occasion of him testing positive for the substance. Chapter 5: Impact.
He popped for 6 nanograms, which is 60 times the allowable limit of Ostarine from the New York State Athletic Commission. The New York State Athletic Commission, it states that 0.1 nanograms is the allowable limit for Ostarine. Anything higher than that, you pop dirty. So 6 nanograms is 60 times the allowable limit.
Under New York State Commission rules, boxers fighting in the state undergo mandatory urine testing for examination of prohibited substances. A representative for the New York State Athletic Commission told, "Safety, fairness, and integrity in professional athletic competition is essential. The Commission is in communication with VADA and is reviewing the matter." Haney said in a statement to ESPN, "We learned about this situation not too long ago, and it's unfortunate Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive not once, but twice." Furthermore, he explained Ryan owes an apology to the fans, and according to his most recent tweet, he continues to believe that this is a joke. As a means of making a living, we put our lives in danger to entertain other people. Boxing is not something you do. A whole different perspective emerges as a result of this encounter. I continue to fight on my shield and get back up, even though I was at a disadvantage. There are fatalities associated with this sport. There is no room for joking about this. Chapter 6: Aftermath and Investigations. First, watch this video he shared on his Twitter.
What's up, everybody? I came on here to address this bull fucking shit claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? You know, why didn't they come out with this before, you know, the fight? If they found it before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with the victory and then they post this, you know? Again, these are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but no weapon against me shall prosper. I never taken a steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day. I barely, you know, take supplements. They're saying it's coming from the ashwagandha. That's fucking retarded. So at the end
Lies.
of the day, big lies. I beat his ass. Fuck out of here. Everybody go to Warwick tonight. It's lit.
And I was
Let's
with
get
this
it.
guy every single day. I never ever saw
Fuck the Haney!
Garcia said, "Everybody knows that I don't cheat. I've never taken a steroid in my life. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day. I barely take supplements." Big lies. I beat his ass. This shows his strong opposition to the fact that he takes drugs. But his performance was not in favor of his words. He left the whole boxing world in shock. Garcia's weight was 143.2 pounds, which is 3.2 pounds more than the maximum weight that is allowed for his weight class. The fact that he was more than 3 pounds overweight when he arrived meant that he was not qualified to win the title. Haney and the entire boxing community were taken aback when he defeated the champion by knocking him down 3 times and winning the decision.
No, as long as I get paid, I'm cool.
So you would go in the UFC ring?
If they want to do a boxing match in the UFC, let's do it.
With those
Sean
gloves?
O'Malley wants to do boxing match.
With those gloves, though, they wear?
If they want that, but again, that's going to be worse for him. I mean, again...
Right, that benefits him, right?
No, it benefits me. What are you talking about?
Benefits you.
Bro, smaller gloves, and I know how to transfer my body, and I train with small gloves too, shooters all the time. I train with 3 ounce, 4 ounce. I mean, I've been preparing. I've been doing a lot of grappling work.
What followed was the announcement of a positive drug test, which placed both the outcome of the bout and Garcia's career in a state of uncertainty. It is possible that he may gain the power immediately and easily win the bout if he were to use steroids. Should the authorities establish that he was in possession of the prohibited substance ostarine and his legal team is unable to exonerate him, it's quite probable that he'll be disqualified from the competition and subject to a suspension as well as a fine. On May 8th, Dan Rafael, a veteran insider in the boxing industry, announced that Garcia had been cleared of a probable positive drug test for the 19-norandrosterone metabolite. Rafael added that Garcia had been cleared of the condition. The genesis of this metabolite can be traced back to nandrolone, a more well-known substance that is not suitable for human consumption. Rafael's statement that the results of the isotope ratio mass spectrometry test were not confirmed contributed to Garcia's release from jail. Rafael made the statement in reference to the information that was collected by the test. It's been established beyond a reasonable doubt that Garcia's results on nandrolone in question are negative. However, the presence of any amount of ostarine in the system of a fighter is sufficient to cause a positive test for a prohibited substance. This is an important point to keep in mind. Chapter 7: Complexities of Celebrity.
We're testing, bro. Honestly, bro, I was taking ashwagandha root, bro. Come on, bro. You can buy that shit at CVS. This is bullshit.
Do you believe it's an inside job?
For sure.
What makes you think that?
Yes, I had it, of course.
What makes you think
it's the coordinated attack? 100%, bro. 100%. It could be. It's the devil, bro. The devil's influencing Bill and all of them motherfuckers, bro. Remember, it says in the Bible, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood.
What do you think?
These dudes are weirdos, bro. They're trying to take a young Christian man down. I would never ever take steroids in my life, and we already know that. I don't cheat, bro. This is God-given. I'm a Mexican, strongest. What?
What do you think?
We hit hard, bro.
Tank back. What about Tank back?
Tank? That's what I'm saying. Tank even knows, bro. I did vigorous fucking tests with Tank. Not one time tested positive.
During the camp, you did.
If there was any time to fucking use steroids, it's probably against Tank, right?
Ryan, what about everybody that's coming to your aid, Ryan? What are you saying about everybody that's coming to your aid?
No weapon against me shall prosper. Keep praying for me, because this is just the first attack. Did
you see Connor's message?
The road that Ryan Garcia has taken from success to strife has been a rollercoaster ride filled with controversy and intrigue ever since it began. A cloud has been placed on his recent victory in boxing versus Devin Haney as a result of allegations that he was involved with performance-enhancing chemicals, including ostarine. Regarding Garcia's physical transformation, confrontational manner, and unpredictable conduct, doubts continue to be raised, despite the fact that he fiercely denies any use of steroids and credits the positive test to supplements such as ashwagandha. The abrupt change in circumstances has left the boxing world, as well as Garcia's millions of followers on social media, in a state of bewilderment. There have been discussions regarding fair play, integrity in sports, and the pressures that athletes experience while competing in high-stakes tournaments. His victory versus Haney, which was tainted by the positive drug test and subsequent investigations, has generated these discussions. Combined with rumors of gambling debts and behavioral changes, the allegations of drug usage have formed a complicated image of a young athlete who was struggling to cope with the pressures of celebrity, the expectations of others, and the difficulties of his own life. The controversy that has surrounded Garcia's career path has brought up broader questions regarding the stringent testing standards that are used in professional sports, the obligations that sportsmen have as role models, and the impact that social media monitoring has on their lives. Chapter 7: Future of Garcia's Career. The aftermath of this issue has wider-reaching ramifications for the boxing industry, illustrating the difficulties of upholding ethical standards and fair play in a climate that's both competitive and high pressure. Fans and spectators have been further spurred by suspicion and mistrust as a result of the ongoing investigations and the lack of clarity surrounding Garcia's case. During the time that Garcia is dealing with the aftermath of these claims, the future of his professional career remains an open question. It's important to remember that the story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of celebrity, the dangers of substance abuse in sports, and the significance of transparency and accountability in the process of preserving the honor of athletic events.